Hey YouTube, it's Just So Trish, and I thought I would cover our Bible curriculum that we're going to be using this year. I know most of y'all know I primarily use Christian Light Education. So we do use Christian Light, but I do want to talk about the different aspects we use for our Bible. First off, the Bible. Every one of our kids has a Bible. We went and visited a church one day, and our kids went in there and they left with this Bible, and I was amazed from the start. It is one of my favorite Bibles. Me and my husband, we participate in a ministry, and every child that does not have a Bible gets this Bible. It is absolutely great. It's the Seek and Find. It's the English Standard Version. It is made by Crossways. I think it runs about $15–16. And what it is that we like about it, it is the full Bible, but it has these amazing summaries of all the major events that runs through the Bible. And just from this, just reading the summaries, you can get an amazing stance. It has helped me personally because we've used the summaries to teach, and reading the summaries and going back and reading the passage really brings it to us. You get a picture that does a lot of nice parts. You get the summary. You get where it is in the Bible. You get a key memory verse. You get comprehension questions, and then it tells you other parts to go look up. Hold on. So there's a first off. So you can get, there's lots of them in here. They're beautiful colors. They're beautiful, beautiful pictures. You also get little character profiles, which will tell you a little summary about the person.
Mom, can I put this in the bedroom?
And then, I know, it's a never-ending day here at the typical house. For every book, you get a timeline of where it fits in the timeline. You get a summary, you get central themes. But then it also, and then you'll even get like little summaries of like describing the things that were in there. So, our favorite Bible, we'll say this is definitely one of our favorites. And this is they use it every day. Every kid has one. Each of our children have one. The next I want to show you is an app. This has got to be my favorite of all. It's the Holy Bible by YouVersion. They have reading plans. They have so much stuff I don't even use. And we're not a heavy technology family. I have my laptop. My husband has his laptop. He has an iPhone. I have a dumb phone. You know, I've got the camera, and then I have my iPad, and he has another little tablet. We had a third tablet, but our kids broke it. And the only thing we really use, I use my iPad a lot, but for the rest of the tablets, we use it for this app. And what's really cool is you can do different versions. So that gives you different versions. You can easily tap and go in between. You do need Wi-Fi, but our children every night you can listen to the Bible.
Galatians 6.
And here's my example.
Brothers and sisters,
I will read through. It will read through and it will read through the chapter, and it will read through the book, and at the end of the book it turns off. Or sometimes after so many chapters it turns off. We typically listen at night, and before we go to bed we listen to the Bible. And so my children, in each room, we have some form of technology using this app that lets them listen to the Bible. So via the iPad, via the iPhone, via the other tablet. Our one tablet, we got a very dumb tablet that could barely work, but it had this app and it worked great. And so in fact, my daughter, it has fallen off the bunk bed 3 or 4 times, cracked screen, the whole 9 yards, that she uses. It is one of those that you got free from credit card rewards or whatever we got. And all we do is listen to that. So this has been probably the biggest one, because my daughter has already listened to the Bible from beginning to end just with this app, not including what her dad has read to her. So it's really cool. And you can highlight things, and you can share portions of it, which works out cool. So that's our other thing that we use for Bible. So our Bible. I have found this book via doing Sunlight. Hence, I got the Sunlight sticker on it. When we did Sunlight and attempted Sunlight, I really like it for the younger ones, and it is a nice way for me to do kind of a morning devotional that becomes very with catechisms. And I'm not really good with catechisms. I did not grow up doing something like this, but it gets into little stories, questions, and it leads really well into discussion. So I plan to have morning time and leading little ones to God. But that's mostly maintaining us having conversation. Now, their actual Bible study, I still use Christian Light. I have a book 400 series and a book 100 series to show you. Here's the 100 series. It typically has a story that is close to almost they can read on their own. You know, in the beginning of 100 you have to read to them, but they quickly begin the ability to read on their own, and then it has a little activity that goes with. So you end up with 16 lessons per book, and I believe it's 100. You have only 5 booklets to do, so it's 80 lessons, which works out nice, and you kind of alternate them. I never have a problem getting my kids to do their Bible. This is one of the first things they want to do. It's the only thing they really enjoy doing without any poking and prodding. They love doing the Bible. By the time you get to 400, you still, again, have 16 lessons, but you begin having quizzes, you have tests. The stories are a bit different. You get study words to study, and you are doing some in-deep lessons. Like in this book, by lesson 14, you'll have to have the Lord's Prayer memorized. It requires you, and then you have then you have questions to go along with it, and then a memory verse. So it definitely changes in deep. I know of one I think I've seen her on YouTube. She talks about, it was a mom that wanted to do kind of more historical Bible studies, so she did the 900 series and did it for her own personal self and her own personal Bible study. They're great. These are awesome. So this is where we actually study the Word. But we use kind of all 4 of these things to do our Bible. You know, I'm using this mostly just to have discussion, open discussion, and kind of led discussion with my kids. You know, and you can't get it done without a Bible, and I swear this is the best Bible ever. And I'm going to tell you, if you know somebody that you want to give a Bible to, this is the Bible to give. I have had just an amazing opportunities. We have shared this Bible to many children to only have their parents come back and say, for the first time, I understand. Because when you start off in the Bible, if you are not in faith yet, it's intimidating, and you don't know where to start. And there's a lot of times the kids will go home and they want somebody to read them the Bible, and because they have these summaries in here, it puts the parents in the Word to read to the children, and gives them a comprehension and understanding, and then allows them to go back and read Scripture. And I've actually found a lot of parents who have never typically read Scripture to their children, reading the summaries and then finding themselves reading the Scripture. So if you want to put a little light in somebody's life that might not have it, great Bible to do so, because it lets them go in shallow and it draws them in to really get in deep in the Word. Cool. And then, awesome, using the app. This app is golden. I think it's called YouVersion is what it's called. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, there it is. YouVersion is what it's called. And they have reading plans, study plans. You could use this as your entire curriculum. It is amazing. Simply amazing. And there's a lot to say about hearing the Word. I mean, when you go through the Bible, it constantly says, you know, you're called to listen. Listen to my Word is what God is always telling us. Listen to my Word. And I know some can get into antics. Well, back then, you know, there wasn't that much writing, or there weren't that many books. People didn't know how to read. But, you know, God knew what was going to come ahead. And He didn't say dive and read my word, or, you know, He said listen. And I think that becomes really important, with the ability to sit and listen. And it's easy. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than this. You can put it on and listen to a whole book of the Bible at night before you go to sleep. Talk about putting your mind in the right place before you fall asleep. And I find myself, not even myself, I find my husband, if he wakes up in the middle of the night, he'll put this back on and listen to it before he goes off to sleep. So if I wake up in the middle of the night and I hear it, I know my husband has been up. So this is what we use every day. You know, we use our YouVersion and our Seek and Find every day. And this year we'll be back to using this for having just some group Bible time and discussion. You know, we'll probably do this over breakfast. It won't be like, okay, everybody come together, we're doing school. It'll be something we discuss over breakfast, and mostly for the benefit of my little guys. And then we have our Christian Light Bible 100. I didn't mean to pull out the ABC kindergarten set, because they have a Bible too, and that one's really cool. You get a little reader of Bible summaries, and then they color a picture that corresponds to that story, and that's a neat one we do. But I'm very pleased. I like this. They keep it, you know, to the point. I found in lesson 100 from the things we do on Sunday, this is more of a review. This is nothing new. It's another review, and that's okay. They still absolutely enjoy it. They enjoy knowing what to expect in the story, and it works out really well. So that's what we're doing this year for 2015-2016 school year, and there'll be 3 of them in these books, and then I will have my kindergartner in the ABC book, finishing that up, and then everybody will sit in on this, and then they already do their YouVersion in their Bible pretty much every day. So there you go. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear what you're using for Bible. There's so many options out there. I'd love to be able to share what you're doing and how it's working out and what experience you've had. If you use the Seek and Find Bible, give me a shout out in the comments. If you have another Bible that you have found that is just off the charts amazing for children to use, that's a very easy, handleable one, let me know. I have one complaint from one of the Sunday school teachers, which she does not like, and I'll show it to you. Is her favorite way of a Bible verse is that each verse is numbered on the side and then the verse goes out, where this one, it's, you know, there's 21, there's 22, there's 23, 24. She finds it very confusing. But I think if you train a child to expect to look for the verse, they'll be fine. And that's my opinion. So let me know. I hope you're having fun picking out your curriculum, and I will talk to you later.